Caffeine and green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and green.
And we're live. Oh, I'm going to turn this down real quick. Sorry. There we go.
We're live.
And we're live. Mr. Brandon Turner.
Yo, what's good? How you doing?
I'm good, sir. Good, sir. Welcome to Caffeine and Green.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
It's an amazing spot.
So I forgot to tell you, just hold the mic up is like pretty much like right here, because if you talk a little far away, it's a little hard.
Okay,
I
got
to
you.
get into that. Dude, I usually kind of just get right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
I did. I had some sick. I actually had some questions that I wrote. I haven't like prepared for a podcast in a hot minute, but you know, but like just to get it, like, so people around the world who don't know who you are, or our audience, like, you're a professional skateboarder. You've been a professional skateboarder for how long now?
22 years.
22
Yeah,
years.
22 years.
It's a long career.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That is amazing.
Like legitimately, like professional. Yeah. So I was 18, 41, 23 years.
23 years.
Yeah.
Dude, what year did you go pro? 2000?
2001.
2001.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
2000.
I was in first grade.
Are
What's
you
that?
really?
I was a little kid, yeah.
Oh, you were born?
No. I was
Dude.
born in 95, but
I mean,
Okay.
not far off.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
I was a freshman in high school. For people who don't know, you were in a video that, like, for me, it was the second skate video I ever watched. It was Misled Youth was my first video, and then the second video I watched was Fulfill the Dream.
Yeah.
So, dude, I literally grew up watching you skate, and I was like, damn, dude. I had like a lot of thoughts leading up to having you come on the show. Like, damn, dude, like, I remember just so many different lines, like watching you skate. Like, I didn't understand how a dude that young could rip as hard as you could. Because I didn't start skating until I was like 14, something like that. Like, and it was just so hard. And you were just mopping, like, like, you did a line. Well, I just rewatched your Fulfill the Dream part, and it was like, you did like switch crook on a bench going hella fast, or like a ledge, and then you like go around a corner and you're pushing switch. I feel like maybe you like switch heeled or like did something down a set, and I was like, dude.
No, yeah, I was at Correa, switch crook, and then switch tray, and then switch heart flip down the 10.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
that was
Yeah.
a good line.
Dude.
I just rewatched it too. That
The other one at Correa was the crook on the bench, pop out, and then backside flip, right?
Yeah.
Backside flip the stairs? Is that
Yeah.
it? Dude.
Doesn't it end with that?
Is that the last trick?
No, that's the first trick.
That's the first. Oh, okay. My
Yeah,
bad.
that was the first line.
Dude.
On my part.
That part is sick. And then I watched, like, dude, and then like you go from like the guilty time, and then you have this like resurgence, and then like you have all these different articles that were written about you, and like the Jenkum article, like the Jenkum video, and they're talking about like your resurgence and stuff. And
The
dude,
second coming.
that's what it was.
Brandon Turner.
The second coming of Brandon
You're like
Turner.
resurgence, and I'm just thinking of hospitals.
My bad. The reemergence. That's what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, there you go.
Reemergence. Jeez Louise. But dude, like, you did the switch tail drop in the Encinitas Bank, which is just like bananas.
Insane.
Like, insane.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
then and then a switch hard flip Wallenberg. Dude, I'm from the Bay Area. Like,
You from the Bay?
I'm from the Bay.
From the 916?
Dude, I'm from the 510 nickel dime, baby.
Okay, nickel dime. Okay, I see you. Hell yeah.
Dude, I just, like, when I saw you do that, I was like, and then Jesse Silva's there, Wes is there, like, the homies are there, and it's just like, dude, you did it 6th try. Like,
Yeah, it was definitely something I've been wanting to do for 20 years. So,
dude.
yeah.
Damn, it was on your mind for the whole time.
Yeah, I just wasn't in the right time, place, or just, I'm not from the Bay. I always kept it in Dago. And then as soon as they blocked it off and you couldn't come from the street, you got to have a ramp. So, there's just obstacles in the way besides going and trying that,
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but I mean, when you get into, like, just in general, dude, I mean, it doesn't even have to be that trick, but you're so gnarly and you've been so gnarly for so long. Like, what is that? Just how you skate, like one speed, or is it something clicks for you when you do stuff like that?
No, I just I put my mind to it. You know, I keep my mind, body, and spirit healthy. Obviously, that has something to do with it. You know, and staying in shape and planning now. But before, just when I was younger, it was just nothing. Nothing was planned. It was just I would just kind of whatever spots we were going to, and some trips were planned, and we'd plan to go to some spots and some stuff would happen, but I didn't really care. I was just like having fun skating, living. But nowadays, like especially with me and just life and being busy and stuff, like I definitely have to plan. You know.
Dude. Well, yeah. I mean, you also one thing I kind of wanted to start off with this, and I got ahead of myself. But you also right now you have the let's see, what is that? I just want to get it right. It's the Healthy Life Recovery Inc.
No, I have my company's West Side Recovery.
West Side Recovery.
Yes.
So what is that? The wrong one? That was the
Yeah, I
wrong
think I
one?
got the wrong one. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
West Side Recovery.
West Side Recovery.
Yes.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this like going on 3 years. You know, I started off as you know, admissions, marketing, activities director for Healthy Life.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of got mentored in the medical field to, the whole plan was to partner and start my own facility. And so now here we are, you know, and I started in October.
Of 2022?
October, yeah.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So what is, I mean, for people who don't know what it is, what is it that your company does?
So it's a mental health and substance abuse facility. And, you know, we have group therapy and it's a PHP, IOP, and OP program. For those who don't know what that is, that's partial hospitalization, intensive outpatient, and outpatient. And, you know, we help people struggle with mental health and substance abuse.
Dang.
And attached to that, I have programs inspired by my lifestyle and others who've inspired me. Skateboarding programs, surfing, yoga, Pilates, and a music program and art. So I wanted to have something that was different with the stigma with rehab, because for me, rehab always just sounded like jail or confinement. So I wanted to make a safe space with like-minded people like myself or whoever in the world didn't feel like they can really connect to a rehab. And even though it is a rehab, but it's me. And with the things I've been through, I kind of feel like I can be a medium to understand people with where they're at, coming from the streets or the art industry or music or skating industry.
Okay.
So, and I didn't really see any of these other programs offering that, and I just feel like it's really needed in our community, especially after COVID, and it really exposed like a lot of collectively our mental health, and we were forced to take a look at where we really were at without the distractions of work or family or anything. A lot started coming out from people, like their real mental health issues.
So on a day-to-day, what is it that you do? Like is it like a facility? Is it is there like sober living housing? Are people kind of put up in places or?
Yes, we have a facility in Pacific Beach, San Diego.
Oh, wow.
And it's, you know, we have case managers, doctors, clinical directors, and technicians and therapists for, you know, to be able to meet you where you're at with what you're going through. We have group therapy and one-on-ones, and we have outings and all that. So as far as my day-to-day, getting back to your question, there is no just like day-to-day, like this is what I do every day. It changes
every day,
all the time. But as far as with the clients of what that looks like is it's Monday through Friday, group therapy, and they have their schedule tailored to them specifically of what works with them and their journey getting back to their empowerment. And me You know, I'm the CEO, so I, you know, just trying to make the best program available to people who come to me and want to get help in kind of a diverse way.
Nice. Do you guys also, is there enough people who know how to skate that like you can go out and take them out skating? Because I'm assuming like the patients know that you're like a pro skateboarder and that you're an athlete and like you're super like influential.
Yeah, no, we get people. I mean, there's a lot of skaters in the program, and there's some people who have never skated, but they come out and skate, and I'll teach them how to skate. And when I'm around, you know, we go out two times a week, and you know, someone who wants to try skating who's never, you know, I show them like our culture and how our philosophy of why we skate and why other people skate and why it's such a community-based thing that's good for anybody's mental health.
That's awesome. Dude, that's really cool. How long have you been doing this now? Was it
Like 3 years?
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
And all the while you're doing this, you're still like traveling. You just went on a trip to Japan. Danny was on that with you.
Yeah.
Good times.
It was good times.
So you got
Ichikan.
Nippon Ichiban. Come on.
what does that mean?
Now Danny's Kyodai. Kazuku.
I don't
My
remember
brother,
that one.
family.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Sick.
One, what is it? Ichikan means good times, and then Nippon Ichiban means Japan #1.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Wes fucking remembered like so many things. It's crazy. I don't even know how the hell he fucking remembered everything.
he
Wes
doesn't have a phone.
Dude, Wes is over here just
So-
speaking Japanese.
For sure, that's what it is. I was like, yo,
No,
goddamn.
he was picking it up quick.
Really?
Bro, 100%.
I was we were like talking, like he was pretty much able to hold short conversations with me, and with everybody else. And, you know, of course it takes me some time to get my Japanese back because, you know, I don't live there anymore. But it's just like, it was good times.
Yeah, you're not using it every day.
Well, it's not even
Yeah.
that it's every day, but I mean, again, for everybody who doesn't know, like you lived in Japan and you lived there for 6 years? Was it 6 years?
Yeah.
I mean, you learned it when you were young too. So I
Yeah.
imagine like you're essentially like created those pathways, right? That you have it in there. You just got a little like jog a little bit because you were speaking it fluently every day.
And just with me as an adult, like it's just different. Like I just spoke Japanese when I was living there, and now it's confusing because how do you try to learn languages? You're like, oh, how do you say that in English? And that doesn't like really work for me. I have to like, it's just, I already know it. So it's natural, but I caught myself, oh, how do you say that in English? And that just like throws things off because there's some words that they don't have in English. So
They don't translate. Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
That's wild.
That is pretty wild. But that's like, it's a lot like when I've been learning Spanish, there's just certain things you guys say that you don't say. You just don't say it in English.
Well, some words you just say it in Spanish anyways. Like
Yeah.
tacos
Yeah.
or tortas or tortillas or some shit like that. You know,
A
it's still,
tamale.
you just say it and it's the same word in both languages, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool, man. So you're still going on trips. You're still filming parts. How is it you find time to do all this? I mean, because like you're not just like an older dude on the trip, like, or you know, just kind of hanging out. Like I watched Danny's story. You're on there. You're with Alexis. You're switch hard flipping. You're doing gnarly lines, dude. Like you're still skating street. How is it? I mean, like you're working out. You're eating right. Your mental health's right. Like it's pretty incredible that you're able to still be as gnarly as you are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You know,
Thank
like,
you.
dude.
That's
And,
that's real shit. A lot of people don't have like really long careers skating the way that you skate, you know?
Thank you. I
Straight up.
appreciate that. My whole point of like opening a program, Westside Recovery, is just because people question me and ask me like, how the hell are you doing this or that? Or how do you do this? And I just try to, it's not about, skateboarding has given so much to me, and it's not about me or what I can get out of skateboarding. It's what I can give back to skateboarding. So this is my way of like, hey, if you have, you know, questions or you want to know how I'm doing something, like I have, you can talk to me for one, but if you're really like struggling and you're younger and your life is just in shambles or whatever else is going on, I want people to have a safe space to where they can have access to like the game actually just laid out in front of them in a program format, instead of someone just saying, hey, get your shit together, get a job, work out, eat healthy. Like, we all hear that, and we got the internet, and I'm sure people can do their research, but like influence helps too. And showing people like, hey, I'm doing this, and you could do it too, and anybody can.
Yeah.
By example.
Yeah, just leading by example, and I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate it, but this is just me, who I am, and I've had to make changes in my life because I realized I wanted to put skateboarding first, and people be like, you don't drink anymore, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I drink. Oh, and I like to drink. And I'm like, that's the problem. But it came a point to where it was getting in the way of my skating and my own mental health and what I wanted to do in life. So when it came to me, wrecking my body or whatever, because everything I do, I like to do in excess. I don't want to have just one drink, or I don't have no like fear complex, so I will go all the way. So I just chose skateboarding over everything else. Like, if it isn't serving my skateboarding, then I don't do it.
Do you feel that because you you really don't have any fear? Like, you don't get scared when you do skateboard tricks? Like, big things especially?
Well, I think everyone does. Like, can get a little anxiety, but scared like that I'm going to die or something? No.
Really?
And there's a saying that's like the coward and the hero experience the same fear, but it's what they do with that fear that labels them. Do you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So it's
hey,
like,
I love that. Yeah.
That's real shit. So it's like, I'm not going to go jump down that 10, but you, or whatever, down a 15, let's say, and we both experience the same fear, but you're like, nah, I'm going to do it,
Mm-hmm.
So that makes you the guy. You know what I'm saying?
How did you know you had that? Because that's something different. Not everybody is cut from that same cloth,
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have that, exactly what he's saying, that 15. I mean, dude, you could switch hard flip literally anything. Literally. And you just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you could do it over a rail, you could do it over Carlsbad Gap, you could do it down Wallenberg, and you just like take the gnarliest slam, but if for some reason, your composure, that is different. Like, when did you know you had that?
I think things changed when I got hit by a car when I was 18 and I died twice. I flatlined twice and went through that situation, and I just came back different.
I don't remember that story.
I was gonna
dog.
say, wait a minute, you're just not gonna glaze over that, but like, okay, wait, so you got hit by a car?
Yeah.
What happened? Can
We're having a party, and like a cognac party, my own little thing, and then I was out front giving directions and woke up in the hospital with a broken leg and broken skull, and they wanted to cut off my leg and all this stuff, and I flatlined a few times, and I remember them bringing me back to life, like tubes down my throat, catheter, and just done. People know about like the bridge story.
I was gonna say the bridge one for sure.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
after the bridge.
Yeah, this is after the bridge. This was way more gnarlier, but the bridge one, I was actually
Conscious.
awake and conscious of it. But this just happened, and I don't remember anything except being, brought back to life, and that was and it's so crazy because it was more painful for them to bring me back to life,
Really?
which is, because living is hard.
Fuck
Dude,
yeah.
fucking
Did they hit you with the fucking the
The
you know what I
double
mean?
pad?
The things on your
Oh yeah,
chest?
they had to shock me back a few times. They brought in the priest for the last rites because I wasn't coming back, and then they tried one more time and then brought me back. So
And so the second time you were good. You were
no,
fine.
it was multiple times.
multiple times.
Yeah.
But you flatlined twice.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how long did that recovery take?
6 months.
6 months. Did you have to get surgery, like fix your leg and like all the other stuff that you had to do?
Yeah, you want to see my leg?
Yeah, dude.
Let's see it. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god! Whoa, dude.
This is all metal.
That's all metal.
Yeah.
Gnarly, dude. That's straight up your muscle right there. That's gnarly. So everybody who can't see, there's some.
Nah, I think they'll be able to see it.
Oh, that's right. You got the
Yeah,
cameras. Yeah. Duh. Sorry, I forget we have the
So
cameras.
that's a
now.
skin graft. It was so swollen, like they cut open one side. Well, what happened was, I was like flatlining, and they're like, oh, we can't worry about the leg. Just cut off the leg and save his life. And my mom was like, hey, listen, let him die before you do
Yeah.
You cut off a
anything with the
limb.
leg. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then so, yeah, they fixed it. It was so swollen. They cut open one side, put metal in, open the other side to relieve the like pressure, and then took skin from the side of my hip and put it there. So that's what it is.
And how long did that take before you could actually? Because you're regular, right?
Mhm.
You're regular, so you're doing switch. So, damn, how long did it take before you could like skate on that again?
6 months.
Oh, that was it. Like, okay.
Mhm.
So when I broken my ankles, it was like, oh, you got 3 months of healing, and then it's like another month or so of like rehab and something like that. But it's like,
Mhm.
I broke my other leg on the bridge, and this one was actually worse.
whoa.
For some reason, because I didn't have surgery with this one. They broke it back when I was awake.
You were awake?
Yeah, and then went and took an x-ray, and they're like, oh, it's not set right. We got to do it again. And they were like pumping me full of like drugs. I'm like, listen, there's no drugs you can give me to make me forget that you're breaking my leg back into place. So yeah, that was like the worst ever. That one was rough.
Was that like 6 months too, or longer?
Yeah, 6 months.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
you were
dude,
you were
that's gnarly.
18 when this happened, both,
17 with this one, and then 18 with this one.
and then you turned pro at 18.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, did you go pro after all of that?
After all this?
After that, or did you go pro in between doing
no,
all that?
after.
After.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
That's heavy, dude.
Yeah,
Did
it
you-
was good times. Ichika.
Hey, Chicano, baby, let's go.
I was having fun.
Dude, that's wildin'. I mean, do you ever look back on it? I mean, I have a thing where I don't believe in regrets. I don't. I think everything happens for a reason. And things that went bad, yeah, they happened. Like, do I look back and wish I didn't do that? Maybe things would have been different, but I also am very thankful for how my life is planned out because it led me to exactly this moment right here.
Absolutely.
Would you say that you have regrets?
No, absolutely not. Because it's all perception, Everything does happen for a reason, and even if bad stuff happens, like it's just like with the atoms and everything in this world, there's a positive and a negative to everything. So even to a negative, there is a positive in there if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And it's just your perception, like, okay, well, where's the lesson in this? Like, there is something to learn from this. No matter what happens, there is something to learn, you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I look at. Like, I used to think about, like, oh, when I went to prison and everything, I was just like, oh, this time, I can never get back this time. But now, looking back, I wouldn't have changed it for anything because that was just, couldn't put a price on the lesson I learned from getting my freedom and everything I knew taken away from me. And really, not a lot of people have the luxury of really appreciating their freedom like I do,
Yeah. I mean, especially, the fact that how long were you in prison for?
17 months.
17 months. So you went to prison for 17 months. You've all these things happen to you. You skateboard, you go to prison, you come back, and now you're doing what you're doing. That in itself that's a wild ride. That's a success story. I mean,
If you only look at that, that's already crazy. Right?
I mean, that right there, that's a story in itself. I mean, dude, that's a movie. Like, yeah,
Straight up, dude.
Just the two things that happened to you with both of your legs, like,
Brandon Turner movie coming soon.
dude, for
Let's
real
do it.
though.
Oh, for sure.
Let's do it.
Don't even sure.
Dude. So you you go pro, you do these things. Like, have you? I mean, you mentioned that you would gone to Japan because you grew up there. Have you, like, when you turned pro, did you like go back? Were you spending like later years, I guess, like early 20s back there at all, or have you just been here now?
No, yeah. I would go back to Japan all the time. We did tours there with like Osiris, Shorties, and you know, I got family there, so had to stay, you know, up. You know, I have like, just like I live in San Diego, I live in Japan. That's like my second home. That's how it is, you know?
Nice.
And there was a time period in my 20s when I wasn't going there as much, only because I was always in so much trouble. I just couldn't travel. I was always on probation. They're like, you're going where? They're like, oh yeah, he goes over there. He ain't coming back. And that probably going to be the truth, you know?
Yeah.
And, so now everything's good, and going back there a lot more, and you know, my nephews and brother and family over there. So
Oh wow, really?
it's all good, you know.
It's all fam, man.
Do they speak fluent Japanese more than English? Or?
No, they're Japanese.
Oh, they're Japanese.
I was like unofficially adopted by my brother's family. My nephews Tominari, or my nephew Shintaro and Masaki, their dad like took me under his wing when I was like 7, 8 years old. Taught me Japanese. He's the one who taught me how to kickflip. You know what I mean? And so from there, like his family knows my family knows theirs. Like it's like that's my family, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he comes out here, and you know, so that's what it is.
Damn. That's amazing. You have that connection. I mean, dude, it's such a unique thing to have on top of like such a unique language. Like it's very common for like English, Spanish, or just like any other kind of Latin based, but you sort of have English and Japanese. I mean, dude,
He's got some Spanish too.
Do you know how to read Japanese?
No, definitely not. There's 3 different types of writing for Japanese. It's hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And kanji is just like on a different level. It's pretty much the same as like symbols of how like mathematics like can read higher forms of mathematics. Like it's that difficult.
It's gnarly, dude. It's gnarly, dude. It's
like
crazy.
that's such a hard like just what's the most common one?
Katakana.
Katakana. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's like what you would find at like a Subway or like
it's best like described as like cursive, like regular you know, like cursive print and then symbols. Like if we like spoken symbols, you know.
Dude. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like emojis. Right?
Yeah.
It's like it's understanding, right? Like it's like a symbol for something. You understand what that symbol.
Like what it's trying to.
Yeah. What it
say.
Yeah. What's it trying to say? Like a hieroglyph, almost. I guess a hieroglyph too. Like kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I didn't understand any freaking symbols in
Yeah,
Japan, bro.
these dudes, man, like him and Alexis, like trying to plan, like Alexis, like plan to go to Japan and with DG, and I was like calling Alexis. I'm like, what are you thinking? I'm like, where do you think you're going? You think you're gonna go over there and just like go check in your hotel and be able to get there?
He's like, yeah, no worries.
I didn't think any. I was just like, cool, let's go to Japan.
He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. I'm like, you will be lost. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so hard for you. Like, you know what I mean? And then I was just like, okay, we made it happen. I got there before them and went and picked them up at the airport and everything.
At the airport, yeah.
Do you see now? Do you understand now, DG?
Bro, honestly, all fucking
like,
respect, dude.
What would you have done if I wouldn't like, you know? Do you
I mean,
understand now?
we would have figured something out, but like it would have been tough for sure. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
For
can
sure would have been
imagine.
tough. I was very happy when they swooped us up at the airport because I was like, oh my god, thank God. You know what I mean? And then we already know Masaki and Shin. It was cool meeting Tom. Well, I guess I had met him one time already, but yeah, dude. Honestly, that trip to me was like the fucking time of my life. You know, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know, Japan.
Yeah.
Shouts out Japan. No,
Dude,
Yeah.
shout out.
straight up.
That's so
Nippon
interesting.
Ichiban.
Nippon Ichiban. Fuck yeah, man.
Dude,
Yeah, they
so-
call it Nippon. That's what I was saying earlier. They call it Nippon. They don't call it Japan.
Nippon.
Nippon, right? Nippon. Yeah,
Nippon.
something like that. Yeah,
Nippon.
So that means Japan.
it means Japan. Yeah.
How do they spell that? Is there a symbol for it?
Nippon. Oh, there's a symbol.
There is a symbol.
Oh, there's a symbol, dog.
Oh, there's a symbol. Yeah, oh, my bad.
You know what I mean?
Symbol
But,
for everything, man.
Dude, I love it. So, taking it back just a little bit. So, you've been a pro skateboarder for now for 20, you said 23 years?
23 years, yeah.
23 years. Watching you like go through all your different parts, I wanted to ask you like, what was your favorite part to film? Like the Shorty's Guilties, Osiris.
Do you know what? I've never like filmed for a part. I've
You just-
always just been skating and will go when I mean, never the last part for the Skate Mafia actually I filmed for one part of the Skate Mafia the 2020 video.
Yeah.
I was filming for that because I wanted to film a full part for that, for just like doing something like legit, like a 5-minute part. And then I wanted to do the Wallenberg and I wanted to follow up with that part. So that was planned.
But it ended up being in the promo, no?
Yeah, it was a promo video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, your part was the best part in that video. I mean, you know, shout
Hey,
out to everyone.
up,
But
thank you.
Goddamn. Hey, straight up, that backside flip grab on the 5 block or 6 block, whatever it is.
That's what I was going to say.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude.
That's in La Mesa, right?
Yeah, or East County. Somewhere
East
in
County,
East
somewhere
County.
East
Yeah,
County?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I
That shit was
appreciate,
buck. That shit was
appreciate you,
buck.
DJ.
With the fucking music at the end with it's all slow-mo, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, damn,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. I was watching it at my house like, oh, fuck, dude. Looking crazy, dude. That shit was tight.
Yeah, it was amazing working with Dan Connolly with that because you know, the intro song like meant a lot to me with like what I've been through like in my life. Yeah, and that was planned. That was the one video part I did like actually film for because like the intro song like resonated with what I was going through, what I've been through in my life, and then I had a song already, but Dan then chose the main song, and then I had my boy Resker Beats for. I'm like, I want this to be the end, like this to bring out the bangers, you know, and it was tied together good, you know.
Oh, so the ending song was your homie's beats?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking even better.
Yeah.
Dude. Which was the last trick? Which one is that the promo video where you did the nollie big spin over it?
Yeah.
That was the last trick, right?
Mhm.
Into the new side of Patrick Henry because
Yeah.
they like laid.
Oh,
that shit
yes,
down it.
yes. Yeah.
Which one was the switch tray? Because that was in the Skate Mafia.
That was an older Skate Mafia
Is that
video.
what you did with the sunglasses on?
Yeah.
You nollie boarded the rail, right? And then you did the switch tray into it.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was like, that was definitely in my raging days. I was off no sleep and, you know, some ecstasy, some Four Loko and some Norcos.
For the switch tray?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A Ford
Yeah.
Loco?
Oh, yeah,
son.
yeah.
Like, yo.
Them days when, like, when I was skating with glasses on, it was like people, I could see what people say, like, you know, people skate with glasses, they'd be like, oh, why you skate? Like, no, I could see better with glasses on. I was moving through the night. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, you were rolling.
it was way too bright outside. Like, that's how much I was partying at night. Like, to go skate spots in the daytime, I'd be like squinting, looking at the rail, and I'd put on the glass. I'd be like, that looks better.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's so gnarly. Oh my god.
I don't know if I've ever been that fucked up.
I mean, well, skating too. I mean,
Well,
dude,
this
that's-
took years though, man. This took years of like brain gone, just like
Years of abuse.
nah.
Like-
It's beyond that. You don't understand. Like I'm talking about eating once a day, like going hard for. I definitely went hard on drugs and alcohol for 2 years straight,
Just
Damn.
party.
Every day.
every day, like every single day, like
God damn.
black to blackout. Like it's you don't know. It's crazy.
Did
know?
you ever?
But what- Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Did you ever try like the harder shit, like meth and shit like that?
Negative. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, not if somebody gave you some shit.
But
Yeah.
it definitely happened, you know, like later on, you know, I'd be doing, you know, some powder or whatever. And then people would, you know, mix the shit in. And
For
definitely,
sure, for sure.
definitely my nose has burned more than it should have before. And I've stayed up longer, but not to my own knowledge, you know?
Yeah, you weren't like, oh, yeah, give me that.
Yeah, it's happened though.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely happened.
For sure, for sure. Yeah,
Fucking gnarly, dude. I mean, what brought that on? Was it like? 'Cause I'm assuming this was this after the accidents, or was this?
Yes, it was.
So what did you feel like invincible, or was there a reason?
Yeah,
why?
I've always felt invincible.
even before being brought back to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I think it's a frontal lobe fear. I just don't really have it, you know. It's like, and especially someone tells me something like, "Oh, you can't," or this is the way. Oh, people, after a certain age, you can't do this or whatever. And I'm just like, who says who?
Yeah,
You know
dude,
what I
no,
mean?
big facts.
Who-
Big
who's-
facts.
who said that? Like, please give me the manual when we're born, when it says how you're supposed to live your life. Like, it's just like, I don't,
It's like you can't do it.
I'm like,
you
I don't
know?
believe that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's just, but with the partying, with what I know now, it came from underlying trauma and mental health problems I had when I was little, like family issues and stuff that happened to me when I was little that I didn't get the proper therapy or care I needed to deal with it. I was like a master barrier. So shit would happen. I'd just be like, oh yeah, that doesn't bother me, whatever. I was used to that because I've been through trauma when I was young, you know, and just family dynamics. And that's another story. It's just really fucked me up. And I had skateboarding as an outlet. So that was like, and you know, and we all know skateboarding is an amazing outlet. It can pretty much take over anything. You see this with skaters too. They get hurt or something and then they're just like, some of them like, oh, just like go on crazy benders and they're just depressed and whatever.
Yep.
And so I had an amazing outlet, you know, thought success and all that and money and would heal me and stuff, but it didn't, you know, and I had other stuff that I didn't deal with in a proper way. So I didn't know this before, but me knowing what I know now, like that's what was going on. I was self-medicating.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, with what pulled you out of that? Because I mean, if you're going hard for 2 years straight, was there a moment that was super life changing, or did you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm done?
It wasn't just 2 years. I was going hard for like years and years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I can remember, only because my friend told me, like, he's like, oh, do you know one of the my friend, he was in college, like, he told me one time, he's like, do you know we've been going hard every day for 2 years straight? And I was just like, and that's the only reason why I even have a timeline.
Just because he said it.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's just when I was hanging out with him. But I went through different crews of
People.
party people until they fell off and, you know, how to get to normal life, you know,
Mm-hmm.
then on to the next and then on to the next, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So what brought it to a stop?
Not myself, like not any power that I had in me. Like I got help, you know, I got, you know, started going to meetings, you know, A meetings and stuff. And I wasn't really feeling it, you know, like, and that's the whole thing why I wanted to create something cool, because I'm just like, A meetings, like, I'm just like, that's not me. Like, that's not my culture. It's not like skateboarders. It's not, you know, and that's a lie. That's not true. It's just, this was my own perception of what it was. I was just looking at it like a cult or some bunch of old dudes like in some room in flip-flops and just like talking about their, you know, the good old days and what they done and all this stuff. But really, I just, I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know the opposite of addiction is connection, you know? And it took me a while to realize I even had a problem with anything. I was just like, oh, I just need to stop drinking so much, I'll just have one or two. But who the fuck wants to have one? Not me.
Yeah.
So, and I finally like got a sponsor. And even with that, I was like, getting a sponsor. I'm like, a clothing sponsor, Me as a skateboarder, I'm just like, sponsor. I'm like, another grown ass man gonna tell me like what to do, and not even what to do, but to put me up on game. And I was just like, I couldn't fathom. I'm like, who? I just had this ego to where I was just like, someone who I don't even know to be able to teach me something was just out of my. I wasn't open-minded to it. I was just already, and then finally I got someone to help me. I got a sponsor, and I did these steps, and it literally changed everything. Got a chance to like heal my inner self and know how to do it, learn how to take my inventory, learn how to like look at my behavioral defects of character and actually work on it and actually put it down on paper and be able to look at myself from myself and be like, and get honest.
Do you find it hard to be, I guess it would be, do you find it hard to hold yourself accountable when like you're writing down the things that you know are wrong and then you read it? Do you at first accept it, or were you like, nah? You were like, I'm writing it down, but it's not really me.
Well, no, you have to, because it's you, because how I know how to take my inventory now, it's you. Like, you can't lie to yourself. Like, it's there. You write down a bunch of stuff, different people, places, and things, and relationships, and whatever, and it's designed to see a pattern. You start to see a pattern, like what has happened every single way, even though, this person did me dirty, or this girl, or this guy, or whatever, this and that. Just everything that's happened in your life, whatever, and there is a thumbprint there. And it's knowing how to look at that, and you can see everything that's happened in your life, people, places, and things, has been because of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all just accountability.
Yeah.
Like
It's more deeper than that. I can't sit here and explain to you what I'm not a therapist, and
yeah.
unless you do the work yourself, because everyone's different, but it's super beneficial, and it changed my life, and that's the only reason why I have the story I have now, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of it unless I got honest with myself.
Do you find that you have urges? I mean, because for one thing I've always kind of noticed whenever I've had to make a change about myself is that you have to, I think for me it was like the one thing you have to know is that, again, knowing yourself, holding yourself accountable, understanding that you are the reason that this is happening. So you recognize the thing that you're going to do, and you have to consciously make a decision to not do it. Like, do you find that it's ever easier, or do you find like, as with time, as it goes on, it gets quieter and you can like let it go?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the first things I learned, like when I was making changes and progressing in my mental, spiritual, and physical health, is just like, for me now, one of the first things I learned was first thought, think not. And
what does that mean?
it's just like whatever hasn't worked out in the past, and you're presented with that same situation again, whatever you're thinking before, like obviously didn't serve you or the other person or place or whatever. So it's just like, okay, if you're in that situation, whatever you think in that situation, first thought, think not. Like, I need to think of the complete opposite way that I'm thinking right now.
Like, don't react.
Yeah, because
don't react first. Think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now, if familiar stuff, I, catch myself like drifting, whatever, I'll be like, oh yeah, first thought, think not. Like, I'm gonna do the opposite. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I've already done this before.
Right.
I'm just gonna do the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, it's a constant I don't want to say struggle because that sounds too dramatic, but I would definitely say it's a constant practice for certain things. I haven't had the extremes that you've had, but there are definitely things that I've noticed about myself that I definitely fall short, and I have, imperfections and stuff that I constantly have to monitor. And as again, I've never heard first thought, think not, but I do understand that that instead of just like being quick to jump at something, like, okay, I'm going to assess that for a second, let it breathe, and then maybe like think about something else or just remove myself from the situation altogether, regardless of if it's serious or not. But I like that. I do really like that. That's
really good.
first thought, think not.
Yeah. You always have good advice, bro, honestly. Like everything. I always see you spitting fucking knowledge out, and I really appreciate that. Because I always hear you. Maybe even if I'm not acknowledging it, my ears are open, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm not saying nothing, I'd like to take in a lot of knowledge, and you're always dishing that shit out, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And sometimes I feel weird too. I mean, but around the homies in Skate Mafia, like if I see something, I know usually someone for any change or anything in life, it's got to be their decision. I know that. I know I can't change anyone. I can't do anything, but maybe if I say something and we're all friends that like, hey, just be like, hey, through my experience, like this is what happened. Maybe you don't have to go through that if that's not what you want.
Yeah. Do you feel that, especially with people on Skate Mafia, that people kind of seek out some advice from you that they take heed to what you say?
Maybe take heed to what I say, but not seek out. No, maybe a little bit, some here and there, yeah.
Nice.
Here and there. Definitely. I mean, I've had some good talks with, and we all help out each other too, And that's what it's about. It's not just, what I do have is experience, and I've some a lot of crazy things I've been through and came out of. So maybe that, but we're all the same, and we all have something valuable to bring,
Dude, I love that. You've met Mike. I'm Mike T from the Heavy Breathing Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he told me, because I work with them. I've done coffee bags and stuff for them.
Yeah.
And I saw a post that he had you guys had like met up at the skate park or something. You guys were talking about doing a collab or something like that. He was mentioning something. Is that
Yeah,
are you guys
yeah.
gonna work with them?
Yeah.
Dude,
I would
that's
like to.
Sick.
Definitely.
Did you already know Mike, or how did that happen?
The homie Brandon LaFever introduced us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, sick, dude.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Shout out LaFever.
Yeah.
He's in your program, right?
I can't confirm or deny, but LaFever's skating more, doing amazing.
Dude, that's tight. I seen him on the gram, and I was like,
Yeah, me too. I was like, yo, like he said it's like 120 days sober or something like that.
dude, that's
I was
what's
stoked
poppin'.
on that shit. I was like, fuck yeah.
Dude, and he rips. He's always ripped. Like, dude, he did a big ass tail drop too. The one in what is it, Mission Valley?
Yeah.
It was like
Which one?
dude, the one where the bump over sidewalk, like right where the movie theaters are, or the parking lot. Like Chris Cole did the back three, like nose grab out of there.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Did he do something else?
He
too?
did. I think he did a big flip.
He did big flip too. Who did the back three?
Maybe Chris Cole
Back
too.
three nose
Yeah.
grab? Wasn't probably Chris Cole.
But for sure, I know what spot you're talking about now. Yeah. That spot's kind of gnarly.
Dude, it was straight up off like a middle pillar, like
Mhm.
into the bank, like super good.
He's
Yeah,
got
I
super
remember
gnarly
that.
ollies and shit. Like,
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Lefever's
always
the best.
He's so good. Dude, shout out to Lefever. Is
Shout
that how
out
you say it? I
Lefever.
thought it was always Brandon Lefevre. Is it?
No,
Lefevre.
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 LaFlave, LaFleur. That's what I call it.
I mean, that's way steezy. Yeah, I like that.
Fleur, isn't that from Dodgeball or something?
Yeah. Pepper needs new shorts.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
No, okay. But so Brandon, have you only been on Shorties and Skate Mafia, or was there like other companies that you rode for in between?
No.
I mean, for board.
Yes. Before Shorties, it was Voice Skateboards.
Voice.
Yeah.
Damn. Who was on that team? I think that might have been before my time too.
Voice.
Me, Daxter, Lucier,
Oh,
Mike
what?
Rafter, Ken
Damn.
Russell. Yeah, I got Daxter on Voice.
Dude, so
Daxter's
this is
my
before
boy.
Maple.
Yeah.
Like before like Black Cat and stuff?
yeah.
Damn, that's fucking tight,
Mhm.
dude. What year was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got back from Japan, probably like 96.
Damn, dude. So you've been sponsored skateboarder pretty much the whole time you've been skating, like essentially.
Yeah. Yes. I was when I moved back from Japan, I was 13 and I was sponsored right away by Voice with Peter Smolik.
Oh, with Smolik too.
Yeah,
Pete.
Smolik, Canton, Mike Rafter, Daxter,
Damn,
you know.
dude. Where is Pete? Have you seen Pete lately?
Yeah, he's chilling. He's in Claremont.
I was gonna say,
King of Claremont.
dude.
you know?
Straight up Claremont, Steve. Like, last time I seen him was at Champs. Like, that's where I generally run into him. Always at Champs.
Yeah, do you still go to Champs?
I mean, I haven't. I have not. But I just talked about Shipler the other day. I
Yeah.
was like, I had like a camera crew come and they filmed like a short movie here.
Mhm.
And the guy came back in. His name is Chance, and Chance was like, "Hey, do you know any like local bars, kind of divey but like dark?" And da da da. It's like, dude, yeah, Champs. I was like,
Mhm.
Steve Shipler, dude. I was like, he's the fucking man, like
Yeah.
100%. But I mean, no, I think me and Ray like FaceTimed Shipler, like, and he might have been at Champs. Like, you know, we
Mhm.
just FaceTimed him recently within the last like, I don't know, 4 months or so.
Yeah.
But you know, Shipler just being Shipler, man.
Yeah.
Just-
That's me and Shipper. Yeah, we used to skate together and right when I moved back from Japan. Like that was my boy. Like
Damn.
we started skating. Like I remember when he landed his first tray flip.
Really?
Yeah.
You were there for Shipler's first tray flip.
Of course.
Dude, Ray, you hear this? Yo, that's
Yeah.
dude, he did a tray flip. We had a session at OB Park. This is like, I don't even remember what year it was, but he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna like all soft." He's like, "I'm gonna tray flip the big pyramid." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, dude, do that shit." He fucking did it so buttery, like not the leg behind, like straight up,
Yeah.
like
Caught.
yeah, like karate kick.
Yeah. I like those a little
Stop
more
it.
nowadays.
Dude,
Yeah.
and then he lands all steezy, like just like with the dad hat before dad hats were like all popular, like buttery,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Him and Brandon Tuminaro landed their tray flips on the same day. First day when they learned. I remember when they learned them.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like when you did? I would normally gonna say like tray flip as well, but like, I want to know when you did your first switch hard flip.
Ooh.
It was at Madison High School,
Okay.
and I was 14, I think.
Dude,
Damn.
when you did it, was it proper or you?
It
were
was
just
with
like,
Peter. Me and Peter like learned them together.
Damn.
Do you have any stories of Peter from back in the day
I
that you
mean,
want to give one out?
Yeah, I mean,
Something,
dude.
you know what I mean? I know you
It's
have
like,
some.
dude.
I know you have a million of them. But is there any one that you maybe want to throw out?
yeah, I mean,
Just
we're
for
at
fun.
Madison, like a famous six stair. That's the school me and him went to, but he was 4 years older than me, so we didn't go to school there together. I went to Kroc, he went to Madison, but when I was still at Kroc, and I think I was 14. I was 14. I was trying to switch tray down the six there, and just I was trying it and I landed one. He was just like, "Hey, you ain't got that shit down till you do it 5 times in a row." And I was just like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I did it. He's like, "Listen, if you don't do that shit 5 times in a row, I'm focusing your board and throwing that shit over the fence." And he's like grown man, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm a little kid. I'm little B. So we stayed there till it got dark till I did 5 in a row.
Damn.
Damn.
Dude.
And that's just the type of like influence I had. I had him. It's not like that nowadays. People be like, "Oh, you should try this," or maybe you should try that, or da da da. Like I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah, you're getting tough love.
No, they're like, it wasn't just tough love. Like, you better do that shit or I'm leaving you here. Like,
It
like,
worked.
but no, like serious. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it'd be like, hey, you do this shit like $200, you know.
Yeah.
Damn.
And with voice skateboarders, Dave Schlossbach was the most influential filmer of our time. You know, he invented the handle for the
Did he really?
camera. He invented the hand to mark footage, and he did, you know, all the Plan B videos and everything. So he was just the mindset of like the work ethic with skateboarding, and he like helped mentor Danny Way and all them guys too. So he's like brought that, like he would build skateboarders and like the work ethic and everything, and amazing filmer. And you know, he filmed Jeremy Ray's Secondhand Smoke and all that, you know. And
Damn.
if you look at the line down the 5 flat 5, it's a line down in 555. There's no handicap ramp going down there. He's running. Look at that line. You know what I mean? One of the most amazing filmers ever. But he was one of the owners of Voice, and so I had him to mentor me, and it was, and that was a formula. Him, Ken Russell, and Peter.
Sheesh. Heavy hitters.
Yeah, those are some good names to have,
Well,
mentoring you.
Did they help you get on like Osiris and other companies? Like, because I mean, if you're already with them with your first sponsors, I mean, you guys were all together essentially, like along the whole way.
I left Voice, you know, myself first, with Muska,
Yeah.
and then we got Peter on afterwards, you know, because Peter was my boy. Just telling them how amazing he was, you know. Got him, and then it was like a collective between me and Peter to like get on Osiris, because we were on S before, but they're like, we're starting a San Diego shoe company, and I'm like, oh, say less.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going over there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care what company you got, like San Diego. I'm like, and it
Yeah, we're
worked
doing it.
out.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that in Fulfill the Dream in Peter's part. It was like Sky walking in my ES.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was super sick.
Yeah.
Dude. But then you guys, then it was back to you, Peter, and Canton again because you guys were on Osiris.
Yeah.
For
So
the
it was
storm
like
and
full.
stuff.
It was like full circles. It was cool to be able to be going back on trips with like Ken, and me and Peter were always together, you know. But with Ken, because I went on my first tour with Canton and Peter, so.
Damn. Your
Mm-hmm.
first tour, and then you went to like rock star era of like of Osiris for sure, dude. That
No,
was
it was Shorty's first, and then it was Osiris, so it was like double. It was really, really crazy.
dude, I had the
Double
Shorties
trouble, dude.
poster. I think it was like right after you guys won best team. And I think you guys were in Japan and you took like a team photo.
Yeah.
You guys look so steep. Dude, you're wearing like, I might have the colors off because I'm colorblind, but you had like your like shorter dreads, but they were longer by that point. And you had like this big puffy kind of like windbreaker looking up, like pullover with like these like, look, I don't know, like swishy pants or
Yeah.
something. But you guys in like
in
Muska standing there.
DC boots, and I skated for Osiris.
Oh my god.
But
But
dude, that was so sick.
it was so crazy. Like back then, like it was just like I was on Osiris, but I liked the DC. But I'm like, they're boots. I'm like, and when that poster came out, they're like talking about it. I'm just like, well, you guys mad? I mean, do you want me to just go over to DC or what?
Damn. He's like, I could go to DC.
It's like, at that time, I'm like, Lil B, baby, let's go.
Yeah, DC would be like, yeah, fuck yeah, how much you want, dude?
Dude, yeah, that was. I had that poster on my wall. Like that was before Guilty because it was like Jesse Silva, Sammy Baptista, the OG team, like Tone Nguyen, you, Peter, Muska. Right?
Yeah.
Am I missing anybody?
I don't even know.
That was it, I think. Damn, dude, yeah, that was so sick. That was such a golden era right there, man.
Yeah.
Shorties and
Is
then the storm.
that when you made the song for the part?
Yeah.
Fulfill the Dream?
Mm-hmm.
How
No, for Guilty, I made my song. That was the first rap song I did.
And you've had other parts, no, with your music in it?
No, that's the only one.
That's the only one?
Mm-hmm.
And then what about the new stuff, the new music that you're working on? You mentioned to me in Japan that you were like, yo, what's up?
Oh
bro?
yeah,
Going in.
me, Ray Jones, you know, doing a label. That's
Ray
fun.
Jones?
Yes.
Mhm. Shout out to Ray Jones.
Yeah, you know.
Ray, like Ray.
No, rapper.
Oh, I thought it'd be like what?
Mm.
Like, dude, that's tight.
You know, yeah, and you know, we're doing some music project, and everything is going to tie into all back to skateboarding, because skateboarding is really about culture, you know, and from fashion to music to art to any form of creativity. So I'm just building like a powerhouse of all of that, so we can start doing events and start traveling with it and doing podcasts and everything, and just having fun and creating an experience so we can share with the world to hopefully inspire and have some resources.
Yeah. Dude,
That's dope.
I love that. I mean, that's so sick. I mean, plus also, you know, one thing that I remember my drama teacher when I was in high school said to me once, like, what do you want to do with your life? I was like, I want to be a pro skateboarder. Like, you know, like super young. Just like, yeah, like you can't do that for a living. I'm like, yeah, you can, bro. Like,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Like, even at a young age, I was like, nah, this can definitely be done. But then I remember, like, he asked me, like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I can give back, like I could change the world through skateboarding. Like, you don't understand, man, you know, like type of shit. But that's case in point. Dude, you're literally making a difference in people's lives. You're changing people's lives and changing your own, and making a difference in your own and in like the people that surround you and the people that you affect. You're doing it all through skateboarding. That is like, dude, skateboarding can change everything. Yo, that's fucking so sick.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
I love
Fuck
that.
yeah. Changes
Yeah.
lives, man.
Dude.
Yeah, and I wanted to be, you know, one of the first people to bring this into like a mental health space. I mean, not the first, that doesn't matter to me, but this is how I seen as my purpose, to be able to like give back to skateboarding. One of the ways, you know, of course through art and expression and everything, but actually was something that's needed when it comes to mental health and substance abuse, and people to have like a safe space that they can feel like other people are there that can relate to them in their lifestyle.
Man, I love that. I mean, other than Skate Mafia, are you still getting like new sponsors? Are you like, I saw you have some ASIC kicks on right there. I mean, like, dude, I haven't even seen those before.
Yeah. ASIC's doing a team, working some stuff out. They're out of Japan, so it's perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I still have sponsors and all that.
Crushing.
Oh, that's why you met up with those guys when we were at the contest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that they were from Japan.
Yeah.
And that's why they had that store.
Yeah.
When we went to Wes's house, there was a fucking ASIC store right there.
Yeah. ASICS is from Japan.
Oh, okay. Damn, no wonder. Dude, I was tripping, dude.
Yeah.
It was wild.
So I'm super excited about this because it's out of Japan and they're doing a skate program. So meeting with them and the guys are cool, and yeah, everything will work out how it's supposed to.
Do you think
I haven't had like a legit shoe deal in a while. I mean, I've already like the shoe deals now. It's like, oh yeah, Nike is like doing their thing and whatever, but it's just like the shoe deals I had, like compared to now what people are getting, I'm just like,
damn.
I'm just like kind of like, I'm good with just shoes. You ain't gonna about to work me for nothing.
Yeah.
You already had the fucking best before.
Yeah, it was just too crazy. I'm like, yeah, you know, like, but no, I'm hyped on these.
Do you feel any sort? I mean, like, this might sound like a stupid question, but I mean, do you feel any sort of pressure to like keep up with the younger generation? Because like you kind of are still doing like what the younger generation is doing, hucking, doing gnarly shit. I mean, dude, again, I know I've been beat it to death, but switch hard flip Molenberg. I mean, dude, there's only a few people who can do shit down like from the fourth block. Clearly, there's like less than 10, 15 people that have ever really jumped down that thing and landed a trick and rolled away.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's always a battle. Like you're right up there with anybody. Like what's the new guy?
Fuck yeah.
The guy from Japan,
Yuto?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude.
He didn't skate it.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's like a dude who's hucking
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
like
yeah.
doing shit as gnarly as you are. Like, you're right. You're still there, bro. Like, you're not.
100%.
You haven't lost a step or nothing. But do you feel any pressure to like still be like competing with that level of skating?
Well, thank you. And I don't feel any pressure because it's not a competition.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm just doing what I love with what I love. If someone like wanted to challenge me, that's different. But, or if I was, say, if I was, like, say, you know, I do a deal or something, with like a company to do some work to inspire whatever, like, that would be like a challenge to me. Then I'd be like, okay, now I'm going to like actually do some things that I know I can do for this purpose or whatever. But just to do it, like, I know what I can do.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff I don't do just because I don't have to, just to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I know what I can do. Sometimes I'm looking at spots and I'm like, I can do this, that, and that, but I'm not going to because I've been skating a long time. I'm like, I've skated the same exact rail and done all these tricks that people are trying right now. I'm like, I've already did it, so I'm not going to go and do it again.
Yeah. Dude, already super easy. Super easy. I love that.
So it's just being smarter. Like, I'm just like, hey, I can go and possibly do it, possibly slam, but it's just like, it's just, you know, there's something unique, like a spot, you know, or in a different country or something, then that's like what gets me excited. But no, I don't feel any pressure, and I'm not competing.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know,
That's
skateboarding because that's what I love to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some guy over there when we were out in Japan was like, yo, I don't know, I think it was I forgot his name, but he was telling you and Wes like, yo, these young homies are the ones that got some shit to prove to you, man. You guys already did your shit,
I mean,
man.
big facts. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. I'll tell you right now, everybody in that arena, like when you and Wes were skating, they were the most hyped on you guys, you know?
Oh,
Because all these
that's
kids,
cool.
like, they all kind of blend in together, you know what I mean? I mean, that sounds kind of mean, but, like, do you know what I mean? Like, the tricks they're doing is so, like, robotic and all that kind of shit. And when you guys are on, you're like, oh, yeah, these fools they've been doing it.
Well, they're
you know what I mean?
trendsetters. Like, they literally, I mean, and plus you guys are part of Mafia. Like, there is no other company that literally, like, you have your own gang sign. Like, what's Mafia? You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
you're with that shit. Come
Yo,
on
dude,
now.
for
Come
life,
on.
baby, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you do that, and it's... Dude,
Leftover ride, baby.
dude, yeah, leftover right. Like,
Leftover bright, sucker.
Get that shit right.
Get that
you
shit
remember-
right. But do you need any help?
Yeah. Dude, do you remember when America's Best Dance Crew had there was some dance crew and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were throwing up the
Yeah,
Mafia
yeah.
and they were going like this. And
Yeah.
And what was their meaning?
I was like,
It was Super Crew or something.
something super crazy.
Super Mafia or some
Yeah,
shit?
and it was just
Super
like,
Crew.
nah, son. It's like there's only one Mafia.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
there
can't. You
is.
can't. Nah, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah, no,
Dude.
can't fake it.
No, it's cool. No, I appreciate that, DJ. Yeah, it was cool though, man. People are definitely killing it at that contest and everything, whatever. But yeah, it's not a. If you're skateboarding for it to be a competition, I understand. If that's, you know, of course, competition is to compete and to try to win first place or whatever. But that's not what everyone there's for. But if that's solely why you skateboard is to try to be number one, then like good luck because you're not going to be number one forever.
Well, that's what I mean about being a trendsetter, and like you have the Stee, like that is like the way Gino does like no complies, right? It doesn't matter. Like Gino is an OG, but like you can literally watch that dude skate a curb and do no complies, and you're like, yeah, that was like probably one of the best sessions I've ever seen. You can like literally watch you or Wes, you and Wes specifically, like at that competition, for example, Wes goes rainbow rail.
Yeah.
In the middle of the rainbow rail, throws up the fucking Mafia and like, looks at the crowd like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like, what are you doing? You know?
Yes,
It's like,
dude.
that's what I mean by the Stees. Like, you could do the gnarliest nollie back 3-heel flip to like board slide, like whatever, revert out. And
yeah.
hey, super sick.
Insane.
But watching Wes do that, I could
was-
probably watch Wes do that more than I could watch the other trick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was like the best trick to me there. So
Hell
Dude.
yeah, bro. It's great. It's cool to see that side of it because it's like all these kids are just like big spin back tail, fucking big flip out first try, and then they do it 50 fucking thousand times, and then Wes does that, and it's like, oh wait, we can do that?
Yeah, it was like
fuck
that.
yeah, bro. Have fun, dude. You don't have to do fucking big flip front board, big flip out every time.
I mean,
You can just have fun. Somebody said that at the contest, and I was like, yeah, Wes won because he had the most fun.
dude,
Like,
well, I mean,
fuck yeah.
even when you did a line, Brandon, when you guys were at that one park, It was like a bank to bank. You did.
Umikaze Park.
Was that what it was? Like tray flip over. You did tray flip like
Bump to bump?
bump. Thank you. Tray flip on the bump to bump. And then you came back, and then you ended up. You were like trying hard flip or something, but then you ended up doing like another tray flip, but you caught it like steezy, like Shipler, like all like back foot tucked. Your front foot was out, boom, and then you like rolled away.
I did switch
No,
tray
that
that
what
was
it was?
switch. That was
Switch
switch tray.
first.
and then tray.
flip.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Sorry.
Get it right. Hey, get it right. homie.
Hey, just making sure. You know, my bad. But it was like those. Just watching you do that is like, dude, that's all you fucking need, bro. Because it's like, dude, it's fucking you. It's you, dude. It's like that's fucking Brandon Turner right there, G. Like, damn.
Oh man, I appreciate it. man.
You know, like
So
yeah.
much love for real.
Dude,
That-
that's
no,
tight.
that makes me hyped and inspires me to keep, keep it up
Yeah.
always. And of course, everyone who skates, because we all know it's about culture and not about anything else. But it goes in waves and phases. And right now we're in the contest era. Until it doesn't suit whoever's making it, I've been through skating through when it was nothing, up, down, it's just that's how skating's always been. But one thing will be here is one thing that I could say is just like, if you got a skateboard in your hand, you always have a friend.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
that's the
would
most
definitely
powerful thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? I mean, because you talk about these waves, right? I mean, now with things like skateboarding being in the Olympics, whether or not people like are pushing against it, the fact that it's in the Olympics now, it stands to become like a sport that will carry on. And that's like, there's not going to really be the ebbs and flows anymore, because now skateboarding is worldwide to a level that it's recognized on a global scale.
Mm-hmm.
So now, do you find that maybe in the future you might think about something like being a coach, like, something like,
wow.
like being like influencing other kids and charging for it, being like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm your coach. Like, there's a basketball coach or like a private coach or like a fighting coach. Like, you'd be like, yeah, I'm a skate coach here. I'm going to teach you how to do this switch hard flip. And you see the kid has style or has potential, has that no fear. Do you think you
Of course. I mean, yeah, we do that anyways, but as like a job, I mean, no, not right now,
No.
because I mean, I would hire other people to do that and then like oversee it, but I would if like somebody, but not as a job, I would do it because I wanted to do it. And with what I'm doing with like my mental health space with my therapist and stuff is creating the data through, controlled groups and double-blinded research to actually get the data on how helpful skateboarding is and to get it published medically to create more jobs for skaters and it to be on a high level. So that's my goal.
Dude, that's sick.
That's a good fucking goal right there.
Yeah, that's
man.
super dope.
Yeah, I want to give back to skateboarding. Of course, if I can coach someone, they want to get coached, cool. I mean, I would do it for free, not as a job.
Not as a job. You can
Like
be
I don't exchange time for money anymore.
Yeah. Not
Like,
when it comes to
it's there-
skating
like
in life.
yeah, or anything. Like it's just there's like you can't put a price on my time, so I'll either do it for free but I don't exchange my time for money.
Damn. With that being said, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, thank you for
giving us your time to be here.
Yeah, dude,
Absolutely.
seriously. I did want to ask. I mean,
I do, but I'm talking about as like a consistent hourly like base. Like that's not me.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
as
totally
a
get it.
consultant or something like that. But I don't like. I have like prices and stuff like for my time. So I guess I do exchange my time for money, but I don't like. It's not a fair exchange. I don't see it like it's more of a service, not for time.
Mm-hmm. You're providing something.
Yeah, providing a
exactly.
service, not just okay.
I gotta go.
I've been here for an hour and time's up. Where like no.
Yeah, deuces.
Like, that's what I mean. I don't exchange time for money. It's
Yeah.
it's for service.
If it runs longer, it runs longer.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Okay. One thing I did want to ask you before I forgot, which is, as a person who's helping others with, substance abuse or mental health and just getting better, as somebody who's also been in recovery, when you have a day where you're not feeling it or you're feeling down, everybody does, right? Everybody has those days. How do you find motivation and inspiration to go to work and then put your personal things to the side to help others?
Well, I don't do that when I'm like not feeling down, or when I'm feeling down and stuff, and I'm not feeling right. Like it's that's contagious, and for me, it's like I'm no good at anybody else without myself. So if I'm not 100%, how could I give you 100%? Or if I'm not, say I'm working at like 60%, what am I going to be able to give anybody else? So I need to do for myself what I need to do for myself. So I need to like take a rest or take time or eat right or take a mental health day or do something for myself so I can get back right. And I just cut it out, so.
Yeah.
And then I have a team. I have employees that team I trust to be able to handle, daily operations. So I'll take mental breaks and stuff so I can take care of myself.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm glad you can get to that point. I struggle with that myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to give myself breaks. I mean, I work best. I can like keep going, but like I find it pretty tough to do that. Like,
yeah, and when you get like that, and then when you finally do take a break, then you feel like you're doing something wrong. You're just like, I'm doing nothing. Like,
yeah.
Damn, I feel like that a lot too.
yeah, it's just like, and I felt like that, and that's the only reason why I can relate, because I'm like, I need to take a day off doing nothing, sitting here eating and just chilling, napping, doing some stuff for myself, like in the house, just not doing anything. And I'm just like, I just feel like such a piece of shit right now.
Dude, for real though. Like,
goddamn.
I'm not doing anything, but
yeah.
you need to like really like, we need to rest. We need to take breaks. Like we need to give ourselves self-care. We have to recharge. Like we're not machines.
Dude, I feel like I'm straight machine. I feel like it really is a thing where,
Try one day. Try just resting for
dude,
a whole day.
Dude, there's no chance, bro.
Try it.
Dude, I will, but
You have to,
dude,
because you're gonna hit a point like you're gonna break. Like it like everybody breaks at different times, but trust me, it's just like you have to take a break, like
yeah.
for yourself,
Dude, I know. I'll try. We'll see how it goes. If it happens, I'm definitely I'll shoot you like a DM photo. Be like, I'm chilling. Yeah.
Even like go get a massage, like whatever. I mean, even if you're doing something, I don't know, go get a manicure and pedicure. Go get a massage. Go get it.
Dude, anything.
Go and just like chill. Have some food brought to you. Like,
dude, that's
relax.
the one thing I do. Is usually if I'm gonna relax and chill, I just end up eating. That's like my whole thing to myself. Is I'll just start eating everything because I don't eat a lot anyways. I'm just like, because I don't even make time. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll be with Danny. I'll be like, I don't think I ate today. And then we'll just start eating. Like, damn, son. Like,
Gotta eat.
I forget everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. I mean, do you like,
sometimes.
do you work out like every day?
I love food. Yes, I mean,
Yeah, fuck yeah. Food's the best.
like Monday through Friday. But some days, like when I skate hard, I'll skip it. Like today, I didn't skate. I didn't work out. I need to so now it's in my mind like I need to work out before I go to sleep.
Oh, dang. Do you have like a private gym or do you just go to your facility? Where you like, is there a gym there?
Yeah, I like doing like I do home workouts too.
Yeah.
And gym, or I have a Pilates studio too. So
Dude, what's up with Pilates? I heard you talk about that on one of your other interviews, and I was like, what does Pilates do that's gonna like make
Everything.
you better? Everything?
Yeah,
Like,
everything.
Is it core? Is it stretching? What is it?
It's full body integration.
Schooling me right now.
Do you give credit to Pilates for being able to do what you're doing?
Oh, absolutely. That
Really?
changed the game with everything. Like, I've done yoga before and all this stuff, but like Pilates have really changed everything. I tell people, I've said it before. I'm like, whatever, don't listen to me.
But what does it change? Like, what is
Everything.
it?
Everything.
I get it,
Kano
I
changed
get it.
everything, dog.
Todo, sí.
Todo cambia.
Hey, palabra.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Straight up.
Serio.
En serio. But like
Everything. No, just go on a personal care day.
okay.
Go to a session
All right.
or something, or just holler at me anytime.
There you go.
Dude.
Pilates, baby.
Dude, let's go to Pilates, Danny. Let's go.
Maybe.
Nah,
Heck yeah.
fuck, what are you
Fuck
talking
it. All right,
about?
I'm down. Fuck
Come
it.
on.
Let's go to Pilates. I'm
No,
down.
let's do it.
Whatever.
We'll go with Brandon.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
down.
I'm fucking
There's
super.
there's a
down.
lot of studios around San Diego. Yeah. get
Damn.
it.
Well, I mean, that's what everybody like, dude. It's traditionally. I mean, is there other guys? Do you have other dudes who go with you, or because like it's predominantly a lot of women who do it, and there is
Yeah.
a stigma behind Pilates. Like
Yeah,
for-
there is.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like, you just have to be open minded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Pilates was invented by a man.
Boom.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
That's all I
So,
need.
there you go.
dude. Because it's like you have to have those crazy machines, and you're like,
You know,
extending and stuff, right?
you don't have to. Like, there's mat. The whole purpose of the machines is to get to the mat. But the it's so you have to know how to do the exercises right and properly. So that's why, like, I can do most of my exercises on a mat.
Oh wow.
You can do all your Pilates on a mat.
Okay.
I can run you through a session. Yeah, you'll be cooked.
Cooked.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm
you'll,
fucking
you'll
down.
be shaking for sure.
Dude, I'm super down. I heard, like, I know it's super, like, core. Yeah, dude, you're going to get
Oh yeah, I
six-pack.
can have you. Yeah,
Yo.
dude, you don't even know, dude.
Get ripped, son.
Damn, dude. You're going to get back to skating, dude. You're going to get back on your pro dream.
Dude, not pro, not at all, no, but dude, he didn't know, like, I skate, right? But, like, he doesn't, like, I don't think I've ever skated with Danny or anything remotely like that. I went to Florida.
don't
I was
think so.
skating at lot 2.
Mm-hmm.
I did a back heel flip over the hip, and I sent him a video because my girlfriend's sister shot it. And I just sent it to him. He doesn't even say, like, sick or anything. He's like, all of a sudden.
I love it.
Bro,
Yep,
I
all of a
was like-
sudden.
he's
Like,
like,
wait,
all
we
of a
talk
sudden-
about skating a lot, but I've never seen him skate. So I was like, all right, cool.
Dude.
All of a sudden, you skate now. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, right.
it's not gone away, but it's just like I don't have time. But that's how I'm like, dude.
You do have time though.
But I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, look at you, dude. Like, you're doing this at the beginning of the conversation. You're like, yeah, I do this, and I'm like a pro skateboarder. You're still traveling and doing it. It's like you make the time and you're doing it. Like, again, like about the manual of like who says you can't do this, right?
Mhm.
There's so many people who are how old are you, Brandon?
41.
41.
Mm-hmm.
41. I know people who are like 32, maybe have a kid, maybe have two, or even no kids, and like, man, I can't skate. I'm too old for that. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what
Well,
I'm saying?
that's that limiting belief. They said it to themselves, and so it's true. You know, that's the word is powerful. You know, if you're saying to yourself like doubtful, negative like stuff, and you have this in your mind, then that's what you'll be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only limitations that you have are the ones that you set for yourself.
Like, people will be saying that too, like, oh, we're getting old or whatever. I'm like, you're getting old. I'm like, you know who's getting old is these kids. I'm like, I'm like, they're getting old.
Yeah, dude. It's like I'm watching them grow. I'm chilling right here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, it's
Dude.
just like this belief of like, you know, with like age and whatever. It's just more wisdom. It's your perception of how you look at things. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, what is age anyways, you know, like if you're gonna let that like be in your mind, then I mean it doesn't really exist to me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. When
I
do
mean,
you,
of course it does. I mean, I know how long I've been here, and I'm just like, oh, stuff changes, whatever. But it's just like that limiting belief that people have is just I don't pay no mind to it.
you apply that to all of your life, not just skateboarding, like anything, like
Yes.
your recovery programs, everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's just like the limiting self talks, like that's doesn't serve anyone. Like it's not inspiring. It's not. No one wants to hear that shit.
Yeah. Dude, for real. I mean, yeah. I mean, I listen to like a lot of motivational speeches,
Mm-hmm.
and they like a lot of the people like Les Brown, and then like you have like David Goggins, Jordan Peterson, Tony Robbins, like all these people, like, and there's like other people with them. They always talk about like mindset, and like you can't be saying negative things. You can't be putting limitations on yourself. You just have to believe it's gonna happen. Like it doesn't matter. You work. You're not gonna sit on your ass, but with that mindset and that positive outlook on things, how we're gonna finish. Like no matter what, you're gonna make it. You know.
Absolutely. Tony Robbins, huge influence in my life. And when I first started studying, of course, I had a bunch of his books, and even in prison and all that, like when I started transcribing and stuff and studying, Tony Robbins,
Dude, I really like it.
Novel Goddard, yeah, a bunch
Okay.
of people. Billy Carson's dope. Who else? A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Do you feel that you have
Napoleon Hill for sure.
Napoleon Hill?
Yeah, he wrote Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, that's
okay.
right. I have that book. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I've heard of that name before. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, Think and Grow Rich is good. I like that book.
Mhm.
You ever heard like Rich Dad Poor Dad? There's
Yeah, I read
one too.
that.
That one too. Yeah.
In prison too.
In prison.
You ever read The Alchemist?
Yeah, Alchemist. Yeah,
That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that one.
good one.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
No.
ever read that one.
it's a good one. I'll lend it to you. It's really good.
Oh, Alchemist is huge.
That shit helped me out when I was in a really dark time in my life.
Yeah,
100%.
Running with Scissors, Brene Brown really helped out too. You know, but I got a whole arsenal of like books.
That's sick.
But like notebooks to back it up because I actually have it transcribed by chapter. You know.
Damn, you were really like breaking it down.
Yeah, anything that's how I read my books, like by chapter or by title, chapter. Start reading anything that sticks out to me, I bullet point it.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 through the chapter, and that's what I've done. You know, that's like one of the tools I use to really, because when you read something, you can forget what you read in a couple pages, whatever, but once you read it and put it to paper too, it like burns in your mind, and you can go back and reference certain things that stuck out to you.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in writing things down because
Mhm.
it's like once an idea can be forgotten. You can like forget those things, but once you put it to like pen to paper, for some reason, for me, it's always been, it's in there now. Like
Yeah.
just write it down because it's something about writing it and then like
The
seeing it
power
in
of the
real
pen.
life.
The
bro.
power of the pen is real.
Yeah.
People be like, "Oh, I have it in my notes." I'm like, "It's not the same."
It isn't.
I'm like, "You gotta get a notebook, yo."
Well, you tap into
Always.
more senses also because it's like the feeling of it. You know what I mean?
Everything.
So that's
It's
like the one
everything.
sense, visual. That's another sense. You could probably get a little bit of hearing from it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a lot more than just. On
Well,
your
I think it's like
absolutely.
visual. If you're a visual learner, for me, like specifically, if I see it,
Mm-hmm.
bro, it's in there. I mean, like I do forget a lot of things, but it's things I'm not writing down. It's like if it's not in the calendar, it's not like written or something. I'm like, bro, it's gonna go one ear out the other. Like it's done. But I love that. I love that you said that. That's really dope, dude. Well, Brandon, like I will say, like we're approaching the time right here, but like, dude, I mean, I just want to say thank you again for your time. Like I think I definitely wanted to touch on a lot of the stuff about your recovery program, and just like more than just skateboarding, dude. I mean, like it's a big part of who you are, but it's also like what you're doing now is like, I think it's really dope, dude. And I think it's really cool that you're able to take skateboarding and use that as your avenue to like, or I guess your tool to pave this road, I guess, or to paint this picture. And it's been really inspiring, and I'm like, just thank you again. I mean, like we talked about your time, but bro, like seriously, thank you so much for coming. And
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And
Dude.
seriously, like anytime.
fuck
Like,
yeah.
and I appreciate you. I mean, thank you, DJ.
Thanks, dude.
Dude, yeah,
I
thanks to
appreciate you coming
GG,
out.
dude.
Honestly, thank you so much for coming on, dude. That was
Yeah, of
huge.
course.
You know, thank you.
Of course, man. I mean, this is like I said, it's about, inspiring, sharing our stories. And one of the things with West Side Recovery, one of our mottos is like, everybody has a story that deserves to be told. And so even though somebody might be low or feel like their life is this or that, it's, you never know until you talk to somebody else, like, about how connected we are, because usually when all of us or any of us are going through something, we always feel like we're going through it alone. It only feels like we're the only ones going through it, but that just ain't the truth. You just have to have the right community to be able to open up about it so you can be free from it.
Dude, I love that, dude.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Is there an Instagram, or where can they find you if people want to reach out, or is there a website that, I mean, for anybody who's listening, if they're struggling, if they wanted to reach out to you, like, how can they contact you?
The website is West Side Recovery SD, like San Diego.com. The Instagram is the West Recovery.
The West Recovery.
Yeah, and if anyone needs help, they can reach out 619-796-9611, and that's it.
Dude, and we'll put that in the bio too, just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
case,
for
whatever.
sure, for sure.
Dude, fuck yeah. Dude,
Thank you so much, man.
Brandon, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
One more
Ichiban.
time.
One more time.
One more time.
Ichiban? Is that what it is?
Ichikan.
Ichikan, dude. Mafia baby was
Ichiban,
popping.
let's
though.
go.
All right, peace.
Ichiban, chop.
Peace.
Yes, thank you so much, Brandon. That was such an amazing conversation, and I truly feel honored to have you on the show. Thank you again, brother, and I hope to have you back. Guys, I also want to say thank you to you all, everybody around the world. I appreciate all of you. You guys are supporting Caffeine and Green week in and week out, whether it's buying bags of coffee, coming in the latte and chopping it up, or just listening to the podcast and sharing it with all of your homies. I appreciate all of you, and just much love. Guys, we have an amazing lineup. The next 3 podcasts that we're about to drop. Be ready. Just be ready. It's going to be super awesome. Guys, we have 359 days left. Get to the shop. Come pull up, because once it's gone, this location's gone forever. Pull up. See you next week. Peace.